Hello everyone, welcome back to Pharma YouTube channel. Today the topic which we are going to discuss is the continuation of the last video, that is identification test of the emulsions. Generally there are four tests, that is dilution test, conductivity test, dissolubility test and fluorescence test are used for the identification of emulsion. First one is the dilution test. Take the few drops of the emulsion in a test tube and dilute it with the 2-3 of the water. If the water does not separate out as a thin layer, then emulsion is oil in water type. If the water separate out as a thin layer, then emulsion is water in oil type. Just you have to take the emulsion, dilute it with 2 to 3 drop of water. If the water layer separates out, then it is water in oil type of emulsion, because if the oil is present in continuous phase, you are going to add the water, there are different or immiscibility will occur, hence separation of phases occur, then it confirms the water in oil type of the emulsion. But if the water does not separate out, then the water is present in the continuous layer or the outside outer layer, our added water will miscible or get solubilized with the continuous phase, then it confirms the oil in water type. This was about the first test, that is dilution test. In the second test, that is conductivity test, we are going to measure the conductivity. Conductivity test can be performed by dipping the pair of electrodes connected through the bulb in the emulsion. Upon passing up of the electric current through the electrodes of the bulb glows, then emulsion in is the oil in water type of emulsion. The current has passed through the water. If bulb does not glow, then the emulsion is water in oil type. See, this conductivity test is a simple test. You are going to take the emulsion in the beaker. You are going to add the two electrodes, that is positive and negative electrode. You will connect it to the bulb and you are having the switch. When you turn on the switch and pass the current will pass through the electrodes, and if the water is present in the continuous phase, that is oil in water type of emulsion, the pulp will glow, because water is a good conductor of electricity. If the continuous phase contains the oil, that is water in oil type of emulsion, oil is the continuous phase, then the oil does not conduct electricity, then the bulb will not glow, then it confirms that it is the water in oil type, W/O type of the emulsion. Third identification test, that is the dissolubility test. It is the very easy test in which the two different type of the dyes we are going to select, that is oil soluble dye, that is scarlet red, water soluble dye, amaranth solution. Just you are going to take the emulsion, you are going to add the dye and observe under the microscope. If the continuous phase contains the oil soluble oil and the olive soluble dye will get solubilized in that, it will show the color, then it confirms that the continuous phase contains the oil. But if the continuous phase or external phase contains the water, then water soluble dye will get solubilized in that one. It confirms that oil in water type of emulsion is there. Same example is explained over here. Mix the oil soluble dye like the scarlet red. Scarlet red is soluble in only in oil but not in water. With an emulsion, place a drop of this one on the microscopic slide and see under the microscope. See, when you are adding the oil soluble dye, means it will get solubilized in the oil phase. If the continuous phase appears to be red, then it is the water in oil type of emulsion. Continuous phase, oil. Dispersed phase, water. If continuous phase appears red, then it is water in oil type of emulsion. If continuous phase appears colorless, then it is called as the oil in water type of emulsion. Then the water soluble dye like the amaranth solution is mixed with the emulsion. Then take the drop of this one on the microscopic slide and observe under the microscope. If the continuous phase appears pink, then it is oil in water type. Amaranth solution imparts the color to the continuous phase, that is water, and it will appear pink. This confirms our emulsion is the oil in water type. But if the continuous phase appears colorless, external phase appears colorless, then it is water in oil type, that is oil is present in the continuous phase, it does not take the color, Hence, we can conclude that it is the water in type oil type of the emulsion. See, this dye test is to confirm whether it is the oil in water type or water in oil type of the emulsion. Last test is the fluorescence test. This method is always not applicable when the UV rays, that is ultraviolet rays, are passed to the emulsion. Then whole field fluorescence indicates that water in oil type of emulsion is present. If the droplet fluorescence indicate that oil in water type of emulsion is present, means it indicates that the oil will absorb the UV radiation. If the whole field or entire field is fluorescent, fluorescent means colored, then it indicates that the oil is present in the continuous phase, that is water in oil type of emulsion. But if the droplets are fluorescent or color in nature, then it indicates oil in water type of emulsion, O by W type of the emulsion. Thank you everyone. This was about the identification of the emulsions. In the next video, we are going to see the classification of emulsion. Thank you.